And that brings us to the co-main event here for UFC Fight Night. Moreno taking on Kavanagh. And we've got Marlon Chito Vera taking on David Martinez. Carlos, who you got in this one?
I went with David Martinez in this one, and pretty much like we came to the same agreement. Like we like Marlon Vera. Like we think he's a funny dude, good personality. We did like this fighting style, but his fighting style as of late is it pretty much just upsets me when I'm watching it. He's a heavy puncher, just a heavy striker in general. He's got a good ability to stop takedowns. When he's been taken down, he has been able to get back up with ease. Not too many issues there. He can defend submissions, but just doesn't have a sense of urgency of any of his fights to try to step on the gas. And by the time he does, is in the last round, whether it be the fifth round or the third round, and he like we talked about, he usually ends up winning that round, but you got to win the other ones if you're not going to get the finish. And the higher the level the guys get, they're not just going to let you finish them in the last round. So you got to start winning these. And I think Martinez is just one of those guys. He's in and out. He's quick. He's quick to the point. He darts in, gets out, and he's not there to be hit. And he's a mover. It's just a bad matchup, for Vera, because like that's what's been giving him the biggest trouble. And unless Vera like steps on the gas and comes out in round one, round two, round three, I don't know how he's going to end up getting any of these rounds. And he's going to end up being the same way he always does in all of his matchups, having to look for the finish in the last. So I'm going to have to go with Martinez to get it done. And Martinez has looked pretty good, so there's no reason why I shouldn't feel confident in that. It's just Vera's. I feel bad because I'm like, Vera should be able to get this done, but I just don't see it happening. What do you think, bro?
Confident pick here, David Martinez for me. I think this is a bad stylistic matchup, especially from what we've seen from Marlon Chito Vera at this point in his career, obviously on a losing streak, and a guy that, in the division at one point was fighting for the belt. And it's kind of intriguing to see the kind of downfall here at this point. We know what it is. He leaves fights in the balance. He has low output. He tends to just be there to get hit, and guys just circle around him, poking, prodding, picking away at him. And he's got the power. He's got all the skills, good takedown defense, and a guy that, can really put your lights out if he puts his foot down on the pedal and actually goes for it. And that's the problem here. I can't trust him to do that. So give me Martinez here. You saw in that Rob Font fight, he can fight, 3 rounds comfortably. He blasts kicks, which I think is going to be a great weapon here against Vera. He can, poke and prod and blast those kicks at the lead leg of Vera. They're very impactful. He'll bring him to the body. He'll go to the head. And I think that it's a good scoring weapon that he can use here against Vera to get ahead on the scorecards. And it's something that Vera's got to be mindful of as well. I think there's going to be a big speed discrepancy here. Martinez does a good job of dancing around on the outside for 3 rounds. I think Vera's going to be, very flat-footed, looking to try to plant his feet and land shots. And Martinez is going to be there, not, basically not getting hit and poking and prodding Vera when he wants to. And he's shown good takedown defense. So if Vera does decide to mix in the takedowns, I think Martinez is going to be able to shuck those off and ultimately get back to space. And I feel confident in him here. I just don't see, I don't think the altitude's going to play a factor. It might maybe for Martinez with all the movement, but ultimately Vera just doesn't have enough output for the altitude to really affect him. So give me David Martinez here to get this one done in front of the Mexico City fans. I think again it's just another stock builder for Martinez here, another name under his belt that the UFC knows that they can publicize here in UFC Mexico City, and ultimately David Martinez is going to be a household name over there in this co-main event, and I think he gets it done here against a name in Marlon Chito Vera, who sometimes is just a scream at the TV moment. I don't know how Carlos feels, but Vera has all the skills to beat pretty much anybody in the division, but ultimately he just doesn't put his foot to the floor. So it's a shame, but Martinez, confident pick here for me. I think he gets it done.